Are you a student, mentor, or parent that loves robotics?
Then you're in the right place.
Up-to-date info on all things robotics. This
is the Robozone podcast
with your host, Pete Ekman. The Robozone podcast is brought to you by Kettering University. It's a Kettering-built world.
Hello and welcome to the 28th episode of the Robozone podcast. This podcast is for Tuesday, August 15th. In this episode, we talk to the Lightning and to a bunch of other mentors and students that are now fundraising for their teams. If you have an event coming up for your team, please reach out to us on our social media. We'd like to interview you. With summer almost done and Kettering kickoff right around the corner and the FTC season soon upon us, we here at the Robozone podcast and Robozone TV know that you guys are fundraising so that you guys can afford the upcoming seasons. So please reach out to us once again and let us know what your upcoming event is. First up tonight, we have the ladies from Team 862, the Lightning out of Canton, Michigan. Tonight I have one of my favorite teams, Team 862, who has won the biggest blue banner of the year. Correct, ladies? How are you doing tonight?
We're good. Yep, we're doing real good.
So how does that national championship banner look in your guys' shop?
Oh, really well. It's a great addition.
It's
Definitely.
a great. Is it at a higher tier than the rest of them? It should be. I'm just.
We're thinking about it.
Yeah. So I wanted to invite you guys on. What we're doing for this week's episode of the podcast is we're talking about the off-season events. Now, we've talked about a little bit about these in the past, but you guys have an event coming up.
Yeah, actually on the 20th of this month.
Yeah, it's called Robots in the Park.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about Robots in the Park?
Robots in the Park is this huge community outreach event that we host. This will be our third year. It's a way to get STEM out into the community so that like kids and stuff can learn more about it.
Okay. Now, I'm a very rude podcast host because I didn't even introduce you guys' names. So I know I have Sarah Fugate on the line. Who else do I have?
Lili Calderon-Moscrip.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's
nice.
Hyphenated.
Nice. And you're not married at your age, right?
No, no, not at all.
I just want to make sure, because usually when you say hyphenated, people start, Pete, who are you interviewing in your pocket? No, I'm just kidding. So, tell us a little bit of what you guys do. Before we go a little bit more in depth on your event, tell us about what each you guys serve, how you serve on your team. Are you guys on drive team or?
Well, we're both in electrical, and then I have another leadership position, which is FTC coordinator, because our team does mentor a lot of FTC teams, so I'm kind of in charge of taking care of that.
Yeah, I'm also a member of electrical, and even though I don't have a leadership position, obviously, it's still good to step up and be a leader on the team. And I've been head of a couple projects. I did a project that we had in the pits where we had a presentation about our team that was interactive.
And you guys had a really good chairman submission this year, didn't you?
Yeah, our chairman's team is wonderful.
Yeah.
I have your website up while I'm talking to you ladies, and you guys have a ton of people on your team, do you not?
Yeah. We have over 120, which is, it sounds like a lot.
Whoa, back up. Did you say 120?
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, break that down. How do you get to 120?
Well, those are the people who are officially signed up. So, of course, like any other team, less people do show up to meetings. But we come from the park, which is 3 high schools in one. So we pull from about 7,000 students in total.
Yeah, and we have a lot of ways of like reaching out to kids. We go on like announcements and talk about how like robotics is starting up soon, and we hold events like for new rookies who would be interested in joining the team, and that's like how we get a lot of our students.
So you have 120 students alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, just students.
Yeah.
Holy. I've heard that's got to be the largest team I've ever heard. I'm serious. I've heard of a lot of teams. So tell us a little bit more about Robots in the Park. So what are you guys going to do? Is it just for people that want to learn more about robotics, or are you guys trying to expand your FTC or FLL teams?
Well, it's kind of all of that. It's also just anybody in the community who wants to check it out and wants to learn more about like what STEM is. but it's also a good way to get people involved in F.I.R.S.T who may not have another way of finding out about it. And we always offer information on ways that they can find F.I.R.S.T programs in their own areas.
So are you guys looking forward to the upcoming season?
Of course.
Yeah.
Do you think there's going to be water? I grilled the president, Don Bosey, a couple weeks ago on this new game coming up. I was trying to get some information because I'm leading a team now, so I want to know, start strategizing. I know you guys are doing that. Everyone does that.
Yeah.
So I told him if there's no water, maybe some sand, because robots and sand really work together.
Oh, yeah.
In that comment. So tell what other events other than Robots in the Park, which sounds like a great event, and we'll get you guys to give the details again at the end. But what else are you guys going to do in the off season besides Robots in the Park?
Well, we actually do a lot of outreach events, whether it's with our sponsors, whether it be Bosch or Jabil. But we do host events not only in the off season, but during build season too, which is kind of stressful. But we do a Girl Scouts event, which we have several different teams come in and they go through several different workshops where they see women in STEM and then different activities.
So it sounds like you guys really take the women aspect in robotics to another level, right? You guys are very focused on it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of girls on our team for definitely for the size of our team and definitely for a general robotics team that's co-ed. We have a lot of women, and so we feel like it's really important to reach out to young girls and show them that this is something that they can do.
Definitely. Exactly.
Yeah.
So what grades are you guys in? Is this your guys' last year coming up?
Yeah, we're both going into our senior year.
Did you guys make the dean's list?
No, last year, actually, one of our friends made the dean's list.
Yeah.
So they usually do boy-girl, so one of our friends did it, and then actually another one of our friends made it,
it's
too.
not just seniors, though.
Yeah, it's usually juniors. That's how we do it for our team.
Right.
Yeah.
So are you guys excited? I mean, do you get senioritis already? And you guys already count yourself as seniors?
Yeah, unfortunately, it shouldn't really be senioritis yet, but it definitely is.
So tell us again who you are, first name, last name, how we can follow, Team 862, and then where can we find the event information?
Okay, I'm Lili Calderon-Moscrip.
And I'm Sarah Fugate. You can find us or our team at FRC862 on Twitter and Instagram.
You can also find our Facebook page just by searching Lightning Robotics. You can also find our website that way.
And then Robots in the Park is August 20th in downtown Kellogg Park.
Thank you for giving me your time tonight. Hopefully we'll see you guys, or I'll see you guys. Are you guys going into Kettering Kickoff this year?
Yes.
Yeah, we always go.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night.
Thank you too.
Before we get to our next interview, let's hear from one of our great sponsors.
The Robozone podcast is brought to you by AndyMark.com, your robot parts experts.
And with me tonight, I have a series of people to interview with some upcoming events that are going on. With me tonight, the first person I have is Steve Angus. Steve, please introduce yourself.
How you doing? This is Steve Angus. I'm the coach of the RoboTitans 11129 here from Novi. Welcome. We're setting history here.
That's it. The next person we have with the same last name is Ellyse Angus.
I'm Ellyse Angus. I'm on Frog Force, the FRC team 503 in Novi.
Next up, we have Iris Deary. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Iris. I'm the senior captain and lead driver of Livonia Warriors 2032.
And finally, his name's Aaron. Aaron Jacobs, introduce yourself, please.
Hello, I am Aaron Jacobs. I am the sales and marketing director for Airtime Trampoline and Game Parks in Michigan.
So if you guys are listening to this, so you caught on a little bit, if you're listening closely and you're not looking at your phone and texting while you're driving, Aaron said something about air and trampolines, and we're going to get a little bit more into that. So where are you guys located right now? Where are you guys calling in?
We are calling in from our Novi location at Airtime Trampoline.
And what is it like inside?
It is absolutely amazing. We have attractions for all ages. We've got trampoline dodgeball, trampoline basketball. We have a mosh pit with foam cubes, and you can do flips and twists and jump right on in there. And we also have a unique attraction here called Air Duel, which is a one-on-one style cage ball. and got trampolines. Everything is trampoline based. We love it here.
Steve, the first question I have for you tonight is being a lead FTC coach. Any pressure there?
Yeah, well, this is my first year actually doing it, and it's a blast. It's the time commitment's really interesting, but I've got a great high school team, the Novi Frog Force. A lot of leaders there helping me. I have a lot of mentors from the high school team. With my daughter being on the team, coming in and helping. So I've got a great support network, and we have an exciting year ahead of us.
Steve, if you're going to be a head FTC guy, do you have a mechanical background?
Yeah, I have a mechanical engineering degree, and so that's what my job is. I work for an automotive OEM. Robotics just kind of goes hand in hand with what I do at work, and there's a lot of folks in my building that are also on robotics teams. So it's a great project to be working on.
And Steve, me and you met not too long ago at a clinic, right? You remember?
Yeah, we met up at the mentor camp up in Kettering.
And how did you and Aaron meet?
So we, with the FTC RoboTitans, we started going out and talking to different businesses about sponsorships. And I came across Aaron, and it was just a match there that, he has a great facility here, 40-foot ceilings. They have a great sound system with music playing, and it just fits for robotics between Airtime Trampoline and robotics.
He said the word robot to me, and I went, and we're in.
So you guys have an upcoming event on the 22nd in the Novi location. Tell us a little bit about what that event's going to be.
Yeah, the Airtime Trampoline is open all day from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. But from 5 to 9, we're going to have local robotics teams come in, show their robots, do outreach with other students that aren't familiar with robotics. It's more like an alliance party where you can invite your friends, invite other teams, show the robots, and just have a fun time, right, from 5 to 9 p.m. There's great music. For those that have been to a F.I.R.S.T or an FTC event, we know that Cotton Eye Joe is one of the dances so we'll probably do some Cotton Eye Joe. Aaron's going to try to work out, bringing his mascot. We're going to try to bring some mascots here. So we're just going to have a big, almost like a dance party, right?
Basically, you want to invite other teams to come out there, right? So this is kind of like a fundraising event for your team, but you want a brotherhood, a mentorship with the other teams in the area, right? So they can bring their robots and mascots and that type of
Exactly. FTC robots and FRC, we have tables set up where you can show your robots, tell others about robotic, and just have a great time, having time being together and talking about robotic. Everybody should wear their robotic shirt if you're on a team. So there'll be a bunch of people around here with robotic shirts on, wear your buttons, have mascots jump. Can you imagine a mascot jumping on the trampoline?
So the next person we have to interview tonight is Ellyse Angus, right? You're from Frog Force 503. I've seen your team a lot. I'm the FRC type, so I've seen you at multiple events. You guys have a really good team, really big team, right there in Novi.
Yeah, officially 122 members. At least last.
Okay, this
last
is crazy.
Season.
Ellyse, this is crazy. I'll tell you.
At least that's what one of the coaches has said.
So I interviewed the Lightning before this interview, right? And the Lightning told me they had 120 kids on their team, and I said 120 kids or 120 people, like mentors involved. No, she goes 120, and you just told me 122. So
that's what the mentors told me. I mean, I think it will change with next season because incoming freshmen and then the seniors will go off, but to college and stuff. So.
But your 122 numbers, not including the mentors, right?
I'm pretty sure that it's not including the mentors.
That is amazing.
I mean, that is seriously amazing. I'm old school. I remember metal shop and wood shop, and nobody wanted to be in that. Now we got 120 kids that want to play with robots. I mean, that is unbelievable.
It is.
It's exciting.
Ellyse, how long have you been involved in FIRST Robotics?
So last year, my sophomore year, was my first year, so the first teamworks season. And then I definitely will continue on Frog Force for my junior and senior years. Favorite part about robotics is the competitions, just because I love the dancing, the cheering, just all the atmosphere and the, I also love just seeing that, your robot is, that the robot that you created and you help to create with your other teammates are what's out there, and it's moving and it's doing all the stuff.
And hopefully winning blue banners, right? Well, everyone wants to win a blue banner. And Ellyse, what are your plans in robotics in the future? Outside of after high school, what do you want to do with robotics? Do you want to go into a career with it?
I would like to go into mechanical engineering. I really would love to go to U of M Ann Arbor, but just recently I had a tour at Michigan Tech. So I would also like to, I think that is also a possibility.
You know how much snow they get at Michigan Tech, right? But I hope wherever you pick, I'm sure I talked to the ladies from the Lightning earlier, and I said there can't be too many women in engineering because it's a male-dominated industry. So hopefully get more women in there. And so Iris, you're next on the hook. You're from the Livonia Warriors, and you guys have an event coming up in Westland. Ellyse's event for Frog Force is on the 19th of September, but yours is also on the 19th of September, and yours is at Westland, and Ellyse's is at Novi.
Yep.
Right. So what is your role, Iris, on the Livonia Warriors? What do you do on that team?
So I am a senior captain, and that's just the title, but I drive the robots. So I'm the lead driver, and I'm also the head electrical person on our team because all our seniors graduated. So
you like pressure, don't you, Iris? So you're driving the robot, and then you're the head of electrical.
Yeah, no, not really.
No, not really. No, it's okay. Less pressure, so at least you're getting used to it early. What do you believe in working with the other teams like Novi? Well, do you think that helps with the teamwork and improves the alliances in the future for the events, such as Kettering, like week 1 or week 2 if competed there?
Yeah, it's definitely really great to reach out to the local teams around us because Livonia Warriors actually has a full field, and we love to invite other teams like Frog Force and even Lightning, and they come down and we make personal connections to the teams. And so like when we're at the competitions, we have connections and we are familiar with each other.
I every time I hear someone has a full practice field, I could just get instantly jealous. Sometimes you have to make wood fixtures to imitate, a full field.
Well, we don't have like a official field. We build it out of wood. So
well, then still.
Yeah.
You have a lot of parents that help, right?
We have actually a sponsor that makes our field out of wood.
Finally, Aaron, the 22nd, do you see more events happening like this in the future for your company?
Absolutely. I mean, we are all about being a part of the community, reaching out to schools, helping out, raising money for these types of things. So, I mean, this is just what Airtime is about. We love to be out in the community and out doing an outreach. And when Steve brought me this robotics thing, I kind of went, really? Robotics? And all of a sudden I'm hearing there's hundreds of kids, a part of this. And this is something that we want to be a part of. So we're looking forward to working with all the robotics teams in the future.
Aaron, what other locations do you have? We've heard Westland, we've heard Novi. What other
Correct.
Locations do you have?
We also have one in Sterling Heights, Troy, Grand Rapids, and soon to be Ann Arbor.
Nice. I love Ann Arbor. I'm just saying. So it has a piece of my heart. The other locations are open to these types of events too. So we want people to attend these events like Steve's and Iris's and Ellyse's. But you want to get more people involved at the other locations too, right?
That is correct. So if your school or your teams are out in that area, just let us know and we would be more than glad to book these events. I mean, it's all about the kids. So we're offering the deal. It's $10 for 2 hours, and then we donate $1 per jumper back to the team. So the more people that come out for the events, the more money these teams are going to make, and the more awesome robots they'll be able to make.
Aaron, the last question I have for you tonight is myself, Steve, and the two girls are very excited about World Championships coming to Detroit, right in the middle of our backyard.
Yes, we are.
Aaron, are you excited about the World Championships being in Detroit?
I had no clue until I met Steve, and now I am super jacked because I love robots, and I've been watching these YouTube videos and watching these kids, and I'm going, dude, I wanna control a robot. How do I get my hands on this thing?
Start a team. We'll start a team. We'll get you to start a team, right, girls? Get them to start a team. We can never have too many teams in Michigan.
Yeah, we're gonna teach Aaron how to dance to Cotton Eye Joe here. We're gonna drag him to the Novi Frog Force frenzy, and so he's already. You can't see him, but he's already dancing right now.
I can see him actually. He's showing his video. I can see exactly what he's doing. Best way I can describe it is it's the Super Bowl on steroids after it's drank a case of Red Bull. That's how nuts it is. And it's just the kids, they get so excited, and the girls will tell you they get so excited about seeing this. And we have 2 teams from Michigan that are world champions. So that's
amazing.
Girls, help me. The Lightning's the first one. Who's the second one? Come on.
Strike Force.
That's right, Strike Force. So good out to those teams for representing Michigan this year. Your event sounds really cool, and I personally want to come out and see one of these events. And I'm glad it's not on the same day. They're on different days so that we can, if someone likes one, they can recommend it to the other. So that's why we have social media, right? So if anyone wants to attend one of these events and say, hey, hashtag, you guys got to have a specific hashtag for this event coming up?
Not yet.
But we'll get one.
We'll get one for sure.
Steve, you're the guy that reached out to me, and thank you for doing that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have each one of you guys give us your name again, how we can follow your team, because everyone's from a different team here, and then Aaron, when we get to you, how we can follow your company, okay? So we'll start with Steve. Steve, please tell us who you are again, what team you're from, and how we can follow it.
Yeah, this is Steve Angus again, and we'll send you the contact information. So I think you're going to post it to your website, and you can contact me directly through the information that I send to Pete. So.
Yep, it'll all be in the show notes. It'll be in the show notes. So anyone who visits the podcast can go to the show notes, even on YouTube, and it'll be out there. Ellyse, you're next up.
So I'm Ellyse Angus. I'm on Frog Force.
Iris.
Yep, so I'm Iris, and I'm from the Livonia Warriors, and you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
And finally, Aaron Jacobs, you're last.
I am Aaron Jacobs, and you can follow Airtime Trampoline on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. We are everywhere.
I want to thank everyone, especially the ladies. It's late. No, it's not a school night. You guys got 3 weeks left of vacation, and then we're going back to school. But I want to thank everyone for coming on the podcast.
Okay.
Awesome.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Thank you, everyone.
The Robozone podcast is brought to you by Kettering University. It's a Kettering-built world. Thanks for listening to the Robozone podcast with your host, Pete Ekman. Find us online at robozonetv.com and on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram.